Hi guys, and welcome to this episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Some episodes back, we talked about Yvonne Nelson's tell-all book, and one of the revelations that she made in that book was she had a relationship with Sarkodie, she got pregnant, and she had an abortion. And from the boards which we heard online and the insinuations were like Sarkodie wasn't there for her during that period. So Sarkodie has responded with a diss track. So first we're going to react to that diss track. Then we're going to react to Yvonne Nelson's comments about Sarkodie's diss track or Sarkodie's response. Hi, Ambassador.
Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassador again doing his thing.
Okay, have you gotten the chance to listen to Sarkodie's diss track?
Yep.
Okay, so I just want us to watch it together, and then we are going to break it down, talk about it, and listen to everyone else's reaction. So let me play this.
Someone play me the jam and then I want that damn. Would them me via and would they come upon me? Mommy this what that time. Someone play me the jam, mommy cool. No be for fraud that time. Who jam me 101 Grammy? Yeah, baby girl make you don't try me. Yeah, don't try me. I never thought I was gonna be on this wave, cause I was ready to take a couple things to my grave. First off, let me clap for you, baby, you brave, but you can't pick and choose what to say, please behave. Or be on some so I hear my if you wanna talk. You gotta tell the world every guy the nigga you fuck. You can't just play the victim and paint a picture like you were just looking for love. I'm on the dicks that you suck. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, we had a thing. First time I thought you were cool till I had a hint. Now me face the boys I clock it with the baddest bitch. That's a sign I since I saw Cuban links. I was trying to stay away from you, but then you came. What Travis said when you man, I'm the one to be blamed. Okay, of course I thought that you were trying to start another drama. I'll be boy from the street, I know the game. Yes, I wasn't ready, but then I told you to keep it. What Travis said with school, I woke up, you gotta complete it. To be very honest, today I don't believe it. Cause because I'm a doctor, Metro, you say you don't need it. After conversation, now that you sent me a text, say what down for me with Dr. B, but you know he's the best. So don't you make it seem like I was the one pushing you for abortion, cause that be the only part with me.
Okay. A lot has been said. Sarkodie says, first of all, shout out to, he's allegedly talking to Yvonne Nelson, and he says, first you're brave, and first you cannot pick and choose what to say. And from what he's saying is, he asked her to keep it, but that was not what we got. I don't know if is that we did not, but the feeling we got was that he did not want the baby, but he's saying he asked her to keep it, and then she said she has her own doctor and he's the best. So I mean, yeah. Anyway, so any reactions so far before we continue listening?
So I have like crazy thoughts on it, but I'm still thinking if I should do a music review or not, because the song slaps, right? The whole try me thing, it slaps. I have lots of thoughts with it. Some are like general, some are specific to the lyrics and the book. First, it's like Carl De Niro has taken shots at Sarkodie. Jovi has taken shots at Sarkodie. Jovi did not find it rap worthy to reply.
Sarkodie is not finding.
Yvonne Nelson writes a book, and in less than some days, he takes his time and he writes a solid diss track.
Yeah, and the song is good. The song is good.
Addressing all issues, and the song is a solid So I'm like, it's just that this guy. And one other thing I was thinking was like, that's the thing. In Africa, people don't do their jobs well. All these guys were taking shots at Sarkodie. Why did none of them not discover this issue to put in their song? That's something that would have prompted. If you listen to like the Nas Jay-Z things, people were talking about crazy internal secrets that that Sean is this guy's best friend has told him like he has this problem with this girl. This girl insulted him in this hotel on this day. That's the level that people dig up things to hit these tracks, which that's just to show like nobody's immune to this. But if you hit someone that pricks them or pinches very well, they are going to reply.
But do you think
these guys not do their research? They're just writing very general things that I've actually seen on blogs like you and I.
No, but do you think it's because of the buzz that this Yvonne Nelson's book too is creating, and Kyle De Niro fans are not a huge population of Sarkodie fans, but Yvonne Nelson is a successful Ghanaian actress.
If Kyle De Niro was the one who first told us that Yvonne Nelson committed an abortion for Sarkodie, one, Yvonne Nelson fans would dig up who is Kyle De Niro, Sarkodie's fans would dig up who is Kyle De Niro, and then Kyle De Niro's fans are going to run with it and then make fun of Sarkodie. And he's even going to, now he's just throwing like another girl complaining about her emotional drama. Coming from Kyle De Niro, he's really going to take it like this man is trying to go at me. And how did he know this much dirt about me? But as I said, when you listen to most of the diss tracks, it's just things people have dug up online from blogs and things. There are things which Nas dropped on his song and you're like, for Nas to know this thing is one of Jay-Z's boys or somebody who is around Jay-Z who has sold out this information. It means Nas intentionally went out asking like, man, tell me something about Jay-Z. You guys go investigate and bring me back facts and things like that. So that's just an ask like me who is a fan of Beef. I'm just like, you guys see, it's not like Sarkodie is that novel that does not reply to this. This is not even a diss song, it's a diss book. But he has replied, and in a very short period of time, and he, most of the time, like the Narcissi one, he dedicated a verse to Narcissi to reply, and then went into other Ghanaian issues. Dedicated this song, the hook, everything is to Yvonne Nelson.
Yeah.
He replied specific lines from the book.
Yes, because so another thing I'm thinking about is Narcissi. It's not as if Narcissi dug up some kind of personal information that made him
That's
to
what
respond.
I'm saying.
It's also
that is because people did not dig up and did not hit him where he pinches hard enough. That's why he not take his time to really want to reply. But this is what this song should look like if they are replying, where you're like, you said this about me, this is not true, this is true. I also heard this about you. That's how you go. It's detailed, line by line, attacking, and then also correcting some of the facts which he gave you are not right.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, I agree with you, right? This, you need to go, anyway. Normally
But that's not to encourage this. I'm not for violence. I'm just saying that if you want to do this, do this job well. That's just to say that, okay, see what Yvonne Nelson has done. Once she's making money from it, she's getting her buzz. You might want to see it in the negative light, like maybe she told lies, maybe she not tell lies. But it was hard enough to get Sarkodie to write a song. This is Sarkodie writing a song.
Yeah, you know.
He's not saying that Yvonne Nelson is not even holding a gun, but he's telling her like, don't try me, don't try me. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah,
now, going into the details of the book, that's me talking from the music review side. Into the details of the book, as in its open lines, like you cannot choose and pick what facts to put out there. But that's what people always do, even in your songs. Everybody does in life, right? When you are telling the story, tell it from your own perspective, how you felt. Certain things, consciously or unconsciously, you just edit them because they don't make you look too good. Or the case which you are trying to sell, like this person is a violent person, telling that part of the story is going to reduce that impact. So you are going to just edit it consciously and unconsciously. Don't say people are liars here, but we do that. Human beings do that generally. So although he's telling her not to do that, but that's what human beings do. You went to the details saying that, and for me that's where it becomes tricky. You can omit certain things to make yourself look good, but this is white and black here. Saying that he told me to go and get an abortion, and he said that he told you don't get an abortion.
Yeah.
He told me, there's no middle ground here. But also, I think now if people want to corner her, because you can already see too, that's where it goes both ways too. The Yayan was writing about this thing, but Nelson did not reply Yayan. But when Sarkodie hit it the right way and mentioned things that were good, that's why somebody was saying that it was good for Giovanni should have used with Sarkodie. You know, Giovanni, the guy was interviewing her and she was saying, read the book. Yeah. Giovanni should have spoken to Sarkodie before interviewing her, so that you have asked a question where she should not stay in character. They should just be her actress self. Yes, you can read the book. What about your mother? She can read the book. Guess what? The only person who did not read this book was Yvonne Nelson, because she went and started tweeting things which were not timed with the facts she has given up in the book. Out of the heat of the moment, and surely her editors and her publicists were not there with her at the time. So she went on and was saying things which were contrary to what she was saying in the book. So that's also just to say that at the time, Giovanni was just asking her very professional questions. What do you think about the book? What's your mother think? That's not what I've gotten her to speak. But if you ask her this kind of question, like, Sarkodie told me that he said that she would have forgotten that she had planned that today she was going to say, read the book, and she would have spoken her mind.
Yeah.
She's the only person who did not read the book because she went against the things she was saying in the book. For example, she said that she was still in school and had too much on her hand at the time. When Sarkodie used that now to attack, to say that the reason which you gave for wanting to abort the baby when I told you not to abort was that you still had school and your career at hand, she said Sarkodie should stop lying. Sarkodie knows very well that she had finished school. She had already defended all of the things she was doing and was just waiting for her graduation, which is true. Technically, she was still in school, but technically she had already finished school. When the narrative was suiting her to say that Sarkodie abandoned her when she was in her final year of school and had all of these things, she said she was still in school. When Sarkodie wanted to now use the narrative the other way around, she also spin. So which one are you saying? Were you in school or were you not in school? That's one. There is the other aspect Sarkodie raised of you are putting it on me, but also it's like Yvonne Nelson, same as Sarkodie, because when you tell the story like that, I was suffering, I was in school, it looks like Sarkodie is really the bad guy. Sarkodie had a girlfriend. Later on, you realize, no, you are now editing the words to make it look like you did not know had a girlfriend. No. Sarkodie is even saying that she was what other men she was seeing. Wow. That's why maybe the reason, because it was not like he was even taking her that seriously. Actually, she was not taking that seriously. Then that happened. So don't make it now look like you were taking me seriously, but I had a girlfriend. You not to say you're also seeing other men. So don't edit those things out and then come and put now this one.
Yeah, and you know, like Sarkodie's opening line of you cannot pick and choose what to say. Like if you're making a tell-all book, then you should be ready to tell it all. If you're not ready to tell it all, then don't tell anything. Because if there are some things that you're not comfortable with coming out, then don't even bring anything out. Let people know if you start investigating.
Then what killed me is when she pulled out the female card as usual, acting the victim. I don't know if that was the first tweet she put or it was later on she put that tweet.
I think
there goes another rapper making fun of a woman's fun or the best, something like that. And I was like, where is the emotions coming out from? Now you were showing Madam untouchable, handless. I'm going to speak it.
This is it. When she says insult won't work, Michael, respect womanhood. I'm happy the world gets to see how you are playing this and the real you. Young women get to learn this. You would get the applause for a rap. Still doesn't change the truth. What young women get to learn this. Yeah, and this was one thing which I remember when we were talking about this whole some videos back when we were talking about Davido's baby mama coming out and saying, going in the light of trying to fight for women, young women's right and stuff like that. I'm like, a lot of people use this. Yes, a lot of people use this because you know that I cannot defend myself with some facts are coming out which are
emotional
I'm fighting for women and stuff.
It's coming as hard as it can out you.
Yeah, I mean, you came out with your own truth. He had to sit back and listen to people read. There's a lot that people are reading about him, so he's coming out with
the guys who were his enemies. They went and bought other 500 copies or 1,000 copies just to make fun.
I saw
Shatta Wale.
Like
the Shatta Wale is just always sitting sarcasm and saying that be a bad guy like me, or don't be a good guy, and then now they come and discover that you made a man. But that's talking to the Sarkodie, taking shit. So all of those things, I'm not sure it was fun for Sarkodie to see. And now when he replies to tell him about women rights, to go out to fight, wanted to be savage. Women are not expected to be that savage. If you said to be savage, be savage. Let's just be savage as human.
Yeah. And anyway, I want us to complete this song. I want us to listen to it to the end, right?
Make a fence, yeah. Someone play me the jamming. I don't know what that damn. Would they marry me and I would they come upon me? One minute you at that time. Someone play me the jamming, mommy cool. No be for fraud that time. Who jamming on the one cramming? Baby girl making no try me. Few weeks ago you tried to set me up again. Or should I try me once after you still go through the pain? But me knowing you, I kinda knew that you were really up to something. So I said that we should meet so you explain. The R&D meeting was sky back. What's the one the panel so I'm like, and then you told me like I miss I'm right with you and I miss me. I miss I'm share with them, you like back. Your work can pen no so. Miss I'm right with you, be man I don't know so. And then you say nah, your barbecue be I be JD. Be man I be no me brand new. We know what it is, shorty just sits in the back. Cause after way doesn't bring the happiness back. Take the blame, cause nobody gets the cost of a bad choice.
Oh my god. So this was I think when we're initially reacting to her tell-all book, and one of my thought process was like, is this saying everything out to the public, does it really bring you the happiness? Is it really in search of happiness, or you're just searching for the bag? And that's what he said. And I remember your point was like, she's using her struggles to make the bag, and that's it. I'm like, okay, fine, you make the bag, but is it really going to give you happiness? Is it really going to give you peace of mind? Maybe in the short second of time when everybody felt like your story was 100% truth and Sarkodie was the bad guy, you were the good guy, you were the hero, and you triumphed and everything, maybe it makes you feel happy. But now the tables are turning. Are you really feeling happy? People knowing about all these things about you, does it really bring happiness? And
So if your intention was to sell a book and more books are selling, even if this song is still bringing more books to sell,
exactly,
then you are happy. You have achieved your objective of selling books.
yeah.
I don't think keeping quiet is also a solution. I don't think so. Maybe the way of bringing it out was not the proper way, or was not the most therapeutic way to do it. But either way, it's going to go out there. And as I also said, she has dealt with this for like 13 years already. So maybe she still did not find peace in keeping quiet all those 13 years, and she was just like, let me throw it out there, that might help. But in things like that, maybe nothing can even help. So just make money out of it, and then buy a Ferrari and cry in it.
But now this is my thing, right? Look, that line where Sarkodie says you cannot blame people for your personal mistakes and stuff like that.
I think maybe she has issues. She doesn't.
Yes. I was just saying, as an adult, if you are pregnant and then somebody says, okay, I don't want the baby, you should have an abortion, and then you go ahead and do the abortion. I'm like, there should be some fraction of, because I'm an adult, this was actually partially a decision that I also took. I'm not saying that it's 100% your fault, but there should be some accountability of this is partially me to blame too in the whole situation.
In life, stop the personal attacks. First few hours, the book is doing well. Who is really shocked? Cause everybody can tell. So it's not because the book is really good, but we're living in a world where negativity sells. I pray you get the healing that you need. Clinically good girl, you are for the streets. Strategy not hate to buy a man, you too. Me, I'm a one copy shop, I'm about to read. Someone pay me the ajami. I don't know what that dame. Would they mammy be and I would they come up on me? One minute is what that time. Someone pay me the jamming, mommy, cool. Don't be for fraud that time. Who jam on one crime? Baby girl, make it not try me. Make it not try me.
Okay, I think that is it. So let's see, Yvonne Nelson. Okay, we've already read this response. She has another response saying, in my book, I narrated how you got me pregnant, how you couldn't wait for me to get rid of it, how you drove me to have an abortion. As usual, you want to use rap to rubbish a pain a young woman felt. We both have daughters. Let's see what life throws at them. Okay.
Maybe that's what they also told her mother.
Right. So Yvonne Nelson says Sark should respect womanhood when she first disrespected and humiliated the woman who carried her for 9 months. Is your mother not a woman? Anna, she is a dabu. One book, one rap. If you write 10 books, Sark will release 10 songs. You think you are the only one who likes money and fans, Abi? Madam, keep quiet and let us cash out. Oh my God. Yeah. So she's saying he immediately told her to get rid of it. Sarkodie is saying he told her to keep it, and that was not the direction she wanted to go into. So there are two contradicting stories, and nobody knows who is saying the truth. Yeah, we cannot really tell who is saying the truth because none of us were there. But yeah, he has his version, she has a version, and yeah, I mean, she has a right to her truth. Sarkodie has a right to his truth. Yeah, so before we proceed, let's talk about our sponsors.
Yeah, as usual, Echo Online is here to help Pan African artists monetize their art. Now that it looks like most African artists are having Solomon tendencies, the many children you have, you need to diversify your streams of revenue. If not, yeah, it becomes a problem. So Echo Online is here to help the African artists monetize their art. to democratize the playing field. That way, everybody, signed or not signed, much money, little money, fame, large number of fans, you can as well start building a community. First step, create a content online. Share the link with all your fans on all your social media handles. Encourage your fans to follow you on Ecuador online. That way, you build a community. With that community first, you can use that as leverage to negotiate deals with endorsement companies and saying these are the numbers which I pull. Not numbers that I pull that can like and comment, numbers that I pull that can buy things I sell, that I can make them spend money on something else. On the other hand, you could translate that directly by selling your music directly on the platform, selling tickets, selling merchandise, whatever. I mean, just monetizing your art. But that starts by getting a large number of your followers to your network online. That means they have everything on the same platform where they just buy something from you, support you on your music, and things like that. So the platform is here to help African artists make money. Lots of features are under construction. I've been privy to behind the scene information. I know the interesting features are coming. Download the app and site now so that you could grow with them. And I usually use the example of YouTube. Those who jumped on YouTube became millionaires in dollars because they got the best endorsement deals, they got the best fit from the YouTube service. And I encourage young artists, jump on board, share your stories, success story with us. Also, our Chakara TV is to go. If your songs are online, just share the link of your song on our comment section, and then we are going to do our best to push it on Chakara TV whatever way we can, and things like that. So share your sister with us, and then you thank me later, Ambassador.
Okay, thank you guys for tuning in as usual. Like I said, things like this, my opinion is always private things need to stay private. If you want to share a story which is going to impact young ladies, I think you might want to share it and keep out things which might make the story controversial and would actually lead to more impact than when somebody has to come back and like if you just share your story and maybe you leave out the names or you don't try to say any personal details about other people that make people to instead of be distracted from the main thing which you're trying to do. So I feel like that would be more impactful. But of course, like she wants to make her money, she wants to sell her books, and she's making the money and she's selling the books. The diss track is helping. And like this guy's the last comment which we reacted to, where the guy was like, Sarkodie, if you release 10 books, Sarkodie release 10 songs, you're not the only one wants fans or money. So like you're making, I feel like I don't think that the main purpose of this book was to impact young women's life or help young women. I think it was something which it has more of a monetary pool, and Sarkodie too has the right to make money off the story if you're making money off the story. So it is what it is. Yeah. Any final words, Ambassador, before we go?
I really don't have any final words. I mean, I think I've said most of all that I have to say. If you decide to make money, make money. If you want to sensitize, sensitize. If you decide to do both, but it could be conflicting at times.
Yes.
Nobody has a monopoly of bashing. Nobody has a monopoly of saying great things. Don't jump now to emotional. That's just what dropped me off. But I'm happy. I think Yvonne Nelson has taught all the African rappers how to go about this track to get people to really react. So, you know, I like this thing, and that's just to show you, like, I also thought because of Tree, there were many things I could not pick up. If you pick up the words when he will say, okay, maybe you are for the street, you would use Tree, and then the last two sentences is going to put some word which is in English, and I can also understand already what he's saying. I understand, I don't need to know the rest of the Tree thing he's saying. Maybe I can really appreciate the rap wordplay thing more if I understood Tree, like I already tell what you're trying to say to them.
Yeah,
even with his half Tree, half English things he does, Sarkodie can as well still do a diss track if he wants. Some people said that he does not reply because he's not having English things. So that just tells us, like, it's just because you did not hit hard enough. If you hit hard enough, Sarkodie will come back if he wants.
Yeah, so healing to both of them. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thumbs up to this video, subscribe to Chakara TV, and let us know in the comments below what you think. Bye guys.